On a tranquil hill stood a Zen monastery where a student came seeking wisdom to change his life. He approached the master and asked for guidance. The master assigned him a week of cleaning duties around the monastery. The student questioned, "Why must I do this? I came here for knowledge." The master smiled and said, "Your questions will lead you to true wisdom." After a week of cleaning, the student asked, "I have done the cleaning, but why haven't I gained wisdom?" The master replied, "What did you feel during the cleaning?" The student thought and said, "Peace and focus." The master responded, "That is your first lesson. The right questions will reveal the answers within you." The master sent the student to sit by a river and observe the water. Hours passed, and the student grew restless. He asked, "What am I supposed to learn by watching the water?" The master replied, "The flow of water holds the truth of life. Keep asking questions." The student asked, "What is the truth of water?" The master said, "Water flows continuously and never stops. Life is the same. By asking the right questions, you will grasp the depth of life." A spark of understanding lit up the student's eyes. The master handed the student an empty bowl and said, "Fill it with water." The student carefully filled the bowl and brought it back. The master asked, "How did you fill it?" The student replied, "With care and attention." The master said, "Understand life the same way. Ask questions at every step." The student asked, "What is the power of asking questions?" The master replied, "Questions open your mind. When you ask the right questions, the answers will reveal themselves within you." The student realized that every experience carries a hidden lesson. The master advised, "Ask yourself every day, 'What did I learn today?' This question will keep you moving forward." The student adopted this habit. He began questioning every small event and realized that his understanding was deepening. One day, the student asked the master, "Does every question have an answer?" The master smiled and said, "Every answer gives birth to a new question. This process itself is wisdom." The student grasped this profound truth. The master showed the student an old mirror and said, "Ask questions to your reflection." The student pondered, "Who am I?" He realized this was the most significant question he could ask himself. The master explained, "When you ask questions about yourself, dive deep into your soul. This journey is challenging, but it leads to true knowledge." The student reflected deeply on these words. The student asked, "How will I know if I am asking the right questions?" The master said, "When your questions bring peace and clarity, you are on the right path." The master gave the student a flower and said, "Speak to it." The student laughed and said, "How can a flower answer?" The master replied, "Listening to nature requires deep attention." The student realized that asking the right questions isn't always verbal. Sometimes, every experience in life is both a question and an answer. He dedicated his life to mindfulness and questioning. The student told the master, "I have found answers to my questions." The master replied, "The journey doesn't end here. Never stop asking questions. Every step in life is a new question." As the student prepared to leave, he said, "You have taught me the most valuable lesson." The master replied, "Remember, true wisdom is always within you. Keep asking and keep searching. That is the power of questions."